Good morning, everybody. Normally it's Leith Forrest interviewing me and talking about a destination, but this morning I'm going to be interviewing Leith about his latest trip to Disneyland. Now, Leith, welcome, and you go to the States a lot, and you've been to Disneyland a lot. I'd love to hear more about, because you take your family, which I think is a must for everybody, and if we've missed it at our early stage, certainly as grandparents we'd love to do it as well. So tell us about going to Disney and getting the maximum enjoyment out of a trip to Disney.
Phil, thank you. I'm a bit nervous. I feel like your staff answering these questions. It is the greatest thing we've done every time we go to America. It is the happiest place on earth for a reason. And the beauty of Disneyland is you can be any age. Phil, you and I would go to Disneyland and walk around with goofy ears and Mickey Mouse t-shirts. If you're older, you become a kid. If you're a kid, it's like the best thing you'll ever see. And the beauty is the generations that you see. It's kids, it's parents, it's grandparents. It's a place for everyone. If you like high adrenaline rides, there's plenty of those. If you hate rides, there's so much to see and do. It's just
the first time I went there, I was on my own. I was on a sort of exploration of Disneyland, and I got in a teacup and going around with the small teacups, and I felt a bit goofy about doing it on my own, but I've always wanted now the opportunity to go back. And this time we'll be taking my my grandchildren away to experience it. But when I said that to my wife, my dear wife, she said, well, you have to take the kids as well. I said, no, they've had their opportunity. It's now the grandchildren. She said, you're not going to get them without the kids. So I'm looking forward to it. But tell us more about some of the things that you do and how you maximise your time that you're there, and how long do you really need to see Disneyland in terms of Los Angeles?
I think the beauty of Disneyland, and this is why you need to come and see someone at PHT, the one thing I would say with Disneyland is you need to prepare. You need to make sure that you've done your research beforehand, you've spoken to a travel agent and asked about it, because it is a massive place. The ones in California, there are 2 parks. In Florida, there are 5. So you don't want to waste any time, because again, there are big crowds, but it is Disneyland. Value for money. Once you've paid your price, you can go in anything you like. So if you're really into those big rides, you can do them multiple times, but you need to know what you're doing and work out where you're going.
So for a first-time visitor, would you need a 2-day, 3-day pass to maximise the viewing?
I think you probably need anywhere from 2 to 4. Let's say we're doing California.
Yes.
So you walk into California, Disneyland's on your right, California Adventure is on your left. Now you can buy a hopper pass, so you pay a little bit extra, and it means you can jump from park to park. So what you need to do is you need to work out, what do I want to see first, what do I want to do first, then get your fast pass in for that big ride. If it's Disneyland, the best ride's probably Space Mountain. You'd love this, big roller coaster in the dark.
I've been on Space Mountain about 3 or 4 times.
In California Adventure, it's the Cars ride, which are 2 Lightning McQueens racing against each other through Radiator Springs. It's an amazing ride. People of all ages love it. So you want to get on those first. So do your preparation, make sure you get on those, and then you've got time to go and see everything else. The beauty of a hopper pass is if while you're waiting for one ride, you can sneak across to the other park, do things that you want to do, and then jump back. If you can't afford that, that's fine as well. Try and do 2 days in each park, and that'll cover everything.
Fantastic. Now they tell me you mustn't miss the night parade. They reckon that the parades, both in the daytime, but also if you're close by an accommodation, and if the kids are a little bit tired, you can go back for a break and then come back and do the night parade, because they reckon that is spectacular.
Imagine the best fireworks we see here in Adelaide. It's that every night.
Wow.
Every single night above the castle. They have the electric parade that goes through Main Street. Daytime or nighttime, it's fantastic. The beauty of the parade is, that's something you want to see with your family. If you've seen it, that's when you go on the rides, because everyone else is sitting there watching the parade, so there's plenty of chance. And then California Adventure has the most amazing parade as well, where they have a water display and they shoot up jets of water, and then they simulcast and project cartoons on the water as it goes. So you're sitting watching The Little Mermaid, and you're sitting watching Disney and Aladdin and all the rest of it. So both parks, again, if you do your research, you know exactly what times they are, you can get a good spot, and away you go.
Now, this is not your first time to Disney.
No.
You've taken the kids from a very early age, and now Bailey's 10, Ellie's 8. So when was their age when you first took them, and now, do they still get the same enjoyment as kids? Because I saw some of your videos, and boy, they were having a great time.
Hopefully my mum's not listening. Bailey's been 8 times, I think, to Disneyland. Ella's been about 4 or 5. I think we took Bailey the first time when he was 2. And again, he's a really young baby, but there is enough in Disneyland to do. If you're not into the rides, there are characters, and you can find out where they are. Have your photo with Mickey and Donald and Goofy and all the rest of it. The kids love that. As they get older, their enjoyment of the rides gets better. So now Bailey and Ella, they want to go on the biggest rides imaginable. There's one called the Incredicoaster, and it does a massive loop-the-loop. And I said to the kids, "Do you want to go?" And they're like, "Let's go." So we'll do that. And again, the beauty of any age is that if there are parents that want to go on, they can go on with the kids. If the kids want to go on themselves, it's just, I can't express how perfect it is for families. The other thing I'll say is it is in suburbia. Anaheim is just a suburb in amongst Los Angeles, but they do it so amazingly well, Disney. You would not know. You don't see a plane fly over, you don't see a policeman, you can't hear traffic. It is this magical world in the middle of the heart of Los Angeles.
And Leith would be advisable to stay close by, so
Yes.
you can go backwards and forwards and have easy access to.
The beauty of Disney is they've sorted this out. So there is a place called Harbour Boulevard, which is a street just of hotels. And you can book in any of those hotels, and it's literally a walk across the road. If you've got really young kids, and what we tend to do, the park's open from anywhere from 8 and 9 in the morning till 11 at night.
Wow.
You can go all day if you like. What we tend to do, stay at a hotel across the road, go first thing in the morning, wear the kids out as much as you can, sneak back to the hotel, let them have a nap or a little snooze, reload, go again, stay at the end of the night.
Leith, I'm always worried whether there's going to be enough food to look after when you take the kids around now. I've seen some of your videos, and certainly there's a lot of opportunities to eat in some great little restaurants and takeaways in Disneyland.
Well, the beautiful thing is that, again, there's restaurants everywhere near the hotels. There's a restaurant, so you can get yourself sorted, have yourself a big breakfast before you go, and then away you go. Disneyland, do not miss. They make sure the rides are covered. There is no rubbish anywhere. There is eating everywhere, from a massive turkey leg to popcorns to sandwiches to salads to fruit. They have got you covered. There are little special treats right throughout that are sort of hidden throughout the park as well. You know the churros we used to get at the LA City?
Yes.
You can get churros everywhere. And if you want a Star Wars churro, one's red and one's blue, and it's fantastic. Got it covered.
Leith, you've got me wanting to go back to Disneyland, and wanting me to take my children, my grandchildren as well, you know, to really enjoy it. So I want to say thank you, and I know you've shot some beautiful video. I've been looking at it; it's making me jealous that I need to go back and see it. But if people are thinking about, you know, doing a Disneyland experience, then please come and see us, and because we've got some beautiful packages that can give you that experience that Leith and Jessica and your two children, Bailey and Ellie, have been talking about. But have a look at the video that Leith has produced with his children. They really made an effort to get everyone involved, and some of those rides you cannot miss. So please have a look at the video. You'll get excited about going to Disneyland. Thanks, Leith.
Pleasure, Phil. And can I just say, it is perfect for all ages. Your kids, any age will love it. If you're like us, you grew up with the world of Disney on a Sunday night on television.
50 years plus, and I was in love with Annette all the time.
And you'll see the biggest, bulkiest bloke of all time, and he will be wearing a goofy hat, because you just get in the spirit, and I promise you, it is the best thing you'll do.
Okay. It's on my wish list now to take the grandchildren immediately.
Thanks,
Thanks, Leith.